We start today at the National Assembly here in South Korea, where the government is stepping up efforts to get its multi-billion US dollar supplementary budget through Parliament. The Prime Minister is scheduled to address Parliament on the budget this afternoon, but the deadlock there is casting doubt on whether the schedule can actually go on as planned. For more, we connect live to our political correspondent Kim Min-ji, who's standing by for us at the National Assembly. So, Min-ji, have there been any new developments?
Well, Mark, floor leaders of the major parties held closed-door meetings earlier this morning to thrash out their differences, but no agreement was made there. Now, after the meeting, the floor leaders told reporters that no developments have been made towards normalizing Parliament. Now, they're scheduled to meet again in half an hour's time, along with the National Assembly Speaker, to thrash out their differences in an attempt again. Now, the National Assembly, as you said, has been at a standstill since the start of the April session, which was last Monday, with rival parties at odds over contentious bills that need to be handled and talks on the constitutional amendment. For the past week, rival lawmakers have been playing the blame game, so at this point it's unclear whether the Prime Minister will be able to give his speech as scheduled. The main opposition Liberty Korea Party and the centrist Padamita Party have said they won't participate unless the ruling party is willing to make concessions. So we'll have to see the outcome of the meeting.
Yeah, that's right. But if they do manage to hammer out some kind of agreement and the Prime Minister goes on to make this policy speech that's scheduled for 2 p.m. this afternoon, what is he likely to emphasize and what are the prospects for the passage of this multi-billion-dollar extra budget?
Well, the Prime Minister is expected to call for cooperation from all parties for the swift passage of the nearly $3.8 billion US supplementary budget bill. Now, his speech is expected to last about 30 minutes, and he will likely address the country's youth unemployment woes and stress that the extra budget is needed to tackle that issue. Now, he is also expected to say the budget will be used to breathe life into ailing regions hit by corporate restructuring. But even if the speech does go on as planned, the passage itself isn't going to be easy. Opposition parties haven't been fond of drawing up a supplementary budget, saying it's only been 3 months since this year's full budget was passed, and they accuse the government and the ruling party of pumping in money to woo voters ahead of the local elections in June. And on top of that, this new budget comes less than a year since the government's first extra budget was implemented, with some parties questioning the effectiveness of the extra budget and saying that the impact of the previous supplementary budget has to be assessed first. Now, that's all I have for now, but hopefully I'll have some positive developments in our later newscast. Mark.